this was the first robot to land on a different planet. So this was actually a rover, but this rover had one arm that was for some work. So we can say that it was a robot. In a way, it was a robot. So this was the first time a robot landed on a different planet. This was a Mars rover. Next. So how robotics could help humans? So for a boring daily task such as in factories where workers do the same thing, the robots can help in automation. They do the tasks, repetitive tasks that are very boring and monotonous routines. They do those in hazardous workplace. Yeah, in hazardous workplaces such as the first robot where it was made to assist workers in a factory to weld something that was very hot equipment that can be dangerous for workers. So in hazardous workplaces, robots are helpful. Also in disaster management. In disaster management, when a building collapses, we have no idea. I mean, the forces that save patients, they have no idea where different people are there. So sometimes they fly some drones inside that. Sometimes they use like the robots, which are their legs, and they are crawlers. So they just move inside the building and find a path where the patient is located. Someone is buried inside. So in those ways, it helps in disaster management. In bomb defusing. So bomb defusing was done by humans, but it is a very dangerous bomb that can blast at any time. We have no guarantee that it will defuse. So in bomb defusing, robots are used. That is a very good use case. Next. So you saw the history of robots. The initial first robot with just one arm going from here to there. Now accuracy in this particular task. The pins are not touching the cans even a little bit. There's like 0.2 millimeters of precision. This cannot be done by humans. The amount of accuracy here depicted cannot be performed by humans. You can see here, like from one arm to how many joints to the complete humanoid robot. We have come a very long way. Next, you can check these videos. These are very interesting. So there are multiple use cases of robots. In agriculture, we can use it for weed removal. This is a different weed. This we can use for pesticide spray. These are some drones which are used for pesticide spray. These are not small electrical drones. These run from jet fuel. These are very large drones. They can carry pesticides and spray over a large area of land. Like in USA and some other countries where a single person owns thousands of acres of land, where manpower is not sufficient, we can deploy robots. This particular robot is a fruit picker. So if you have a large apple field and say you do not have manpower to pick all those apples, so it has a claw, it has wheels, so it just moves inside a field. It looks at the fruits. It looks at the trees, it locates where the fruit is present, it checks whether the fruit is ripe or not. In the case of apples, it must be a good red color of apple. So it checks that, it just picks it and stores it. It's a fruit picker. Similarly, we can do for weed removal. Weed are small plants that grow inside the field that are very useless. It can be used for removing those weeds. Also for monitoring system, we can monitor a lot of things using robotic and IoT systems. Next. In aerial robotics. So in aerial robotics, there is a vast use. Drones completely come in the aerial robotics. UAVs are developed by defense authorities, and monitoring systems is also majorly used by defense authorities. They use drones to monitor a lot of area. Home delivery. So this particular video is by Zomato. They started their research back in 2019, I guess. They started their research in home deliveries. That is very far from production, but they are still doing the research. This one is for monitoring. So this is an image from a drone, and we can see how many people are there and some other things. This is a drone. This is a UAV by Hindustan Aeronautics Limited. Please check this out. This is a very good one. Yeah, this is my favorite. So this is a Bandicoot. This is an Indian startup. So in India, for cleaning gutters or sewages, what we do is we deploy some humans. So that is called a manual scavenging, which is banned in various countries all across the globe. but in India we do not have an alternative, and the manual labor is very cheap. So this particular startup is solving that problem. They created a robot. This can clean up clogged up pipes. This can clean sewers and gutters. So this is a very good one, which is very important for a country like India. So what will be the roadmap? We have the robotics club that is running under the guidance of Dr. Ranjit Nair. He is a professor at our college. So you should join the club. We'll learn to code. We'll always code. We'll get exposure by making some projects, and we'll just keep learning in robotics. Next. Yeah. Thank you everyone.
Then later on it was observed that they had some feelings or something which was the start of the AI, where the AI has started. There's a CPU over this, mounted over this. This is the whole CPU.
This is a CPU. This CPU has an onboard GPU. This is from NVIDIA, guys. So it has a camera, it has a CPU, it processes all those things, it runs image processing, it uses some deep learning algorithms. So we are not able to show you the demo, but I'll tell you what it was. So it takes the image and it detects whether an obstacle is present in front of it or not. So if the path is empty, if there is no obstacle, such as my hand is removed from here, it will move in this direction. If any obstacle comes in front of this, it will move it to go to a different direction and then move in that direction. But it's not running, so sorry, we cannot show you the demo.
Internet connectivity is very weak.
और एक लोग खड़ा हो कहीं सामने